couple of months ago, we wanted to know the profiles of teachers. These questions here are about their self-assessed skill level in many different areas related to online delivery of lessons. A real-time summary of all the responses was produced by the app itself. See in this responses tab, you would know who responded here, and graphical representations of data from the responses to questions are shown here and the others here down to the bottom. We did evaluation of the readiness of our staff. We were able to see who were ready and who were not, and we're able to think of a way on how to make all equipped with what it takes to implement a new normal method of teaching. Okay, so these Google Forms can also be restructured as an assessment tool online. Worksheets, quizzes, and other assessment tools, even a step-by-step procedure for home experiment. All these can be done using this application. You can do this directly from your browser. I haven't tried some browsers, but I can tell you that I am using Mozilla, Chrome, and Safari, and this app works really well with any of them. When using browsers, I suggest that you log in your account first, Gmail or maybe G Suite's account if your school has. And with that, you should be seeing something like this the moment you open the browser in laptop or desktop. Your avatar shows here, and these 9 dots is an icon for all Google apps available for you. Clicking this would make you see all these icons here, products of Google. Search for the one for the Google Forms, and there, this icon. Clicking this opens a new tab. You are seeing lots of forms in this window because this is supposed to show those I created for my classes in the past and also those that I was given access. If this is your first time to use this application, you will be seeing something like this. And on the browser, click these 9 dots at the left side of your avatar. Then going through this, check if you have the Google Forms icon. If you couldn't find it, like what happens here, you can just go to the address box and type in docs.google.com/forms. And then enter, and there it is. Alright, let's go back to my work account. Here we are now to create, and the key is to start by clicking this plus sign. That is, if you want to start your own, or you may also pick any of these templates depending on what you want your forms do. You can pick assessment or an exit pass, see if your students understood the material delivered in one session. Quiz, worksheets. You can also expand this to see more other templates available for you. Now we'll pick blank just for this video tutorial. There you go. Though the forms can be structured depending on your purpose, I think that it would be safe to assume that you are watching this video with assessment of students in mind. We have two tabs here, questions and responses. We do not need that responses tab for now and concentrate on the questions here. The default file name is untitled form. We start by renaming our file by clicking this area here and change the name into, let's think of a good name. Maybe this is okay. Science Mu Google Forms tutorials. Now it is auto-saving our changes in the file here. When we click this, it copies what we just wrote. That's actually fine, though you may also want to have a different name here. Say questions Mu. Alright, great. Now we are all set. This part here can just be skipped, but if you want to say something about what this form is, you can type some details here. Okay, let's put something. Hi, please answer the questions below for me to get a feedback from the beautiful people doing the most noble profession in the universe, teaching. There you go. Let's create our first question. Maybe this question is a good start. Okay, options here. All right. First question is done. See, it is again auto-saving my work. Now, as you can see, there is a number of icons here, all right, at the bottom part and here at this side. And there is even something hidden here. Let's explore all these. I'm going to start with the hidden icon here. This is in case you want to include a photo in your question. Click this icon and this will pop up. And it is kind of user-friendly, as you just need to click this. Find the picture you need and there it goes as part of your question. 3 vertical dots will appear here, which can enable you to do a few more things. You can change the alignment, change the picture, remove the picture, or even add a caption. The bottom icons are when you want to duplicate your question and edit it to have your next question, or remove. I'll duplicate this one there. You may change the question itself or the options here. And this icon can remove it. Let's remove it again. There you go. These icons at the right side are all related to what you need to do after the first question. You can add a question, you can import also, add title and description, you can add picture, you can also add a video related to your question and a section. Okay, quickly we do some of these and leave the others for you to explore. Okay, I'll add the title. Alright, this icon, maybe the title is say video question. Now we add video. We are given a choice to search one, or if you know the URL, hold on. Let's get this URL from the YouTube. There. You can paste it here. And there we have our video in question. Write the title of the video here. And you see, same with the picture a while ago, you have these options here. Okay. We add another question here, but this time we want another type. We have other options here. You can choose this depending on what you want in your assessment. Alright, this is our question here. Evaluate the video in terms of content, applicability in your classroom or school, difficulty to follow by students or teachers. I'll type bad, neutral, good. Okay, let's see what our Google Forms will look like when assigned to students. We can do that by clicking the preview icon here. Let's click it, and there is our file as seen by our students. Our students answer this and these, and when done, they have to click submit. Okay, now this file we have right now still doesn't have the automatic grading, and as shown at the beginning of the video, you should have all emails of those people who responded to the assessment. We have to set it like that first by clicking this other icon, the setting here. In General tab, you can now enable collection of emails, which you will use to determine which student responded. You can also select any of these depending on what you want. You may also want to consider setting how your assessment will be presented to students. Here, click this tab and there are your options. I used to take this when I was using this last time when classes were still normal, so that each student will have different question number 1, and the options are also arranged differently from one student to another. Adding some confirmation response would be good too. You can set Google Forms to mark or check students' responses itself and just give you the scores. This can save us time. Though when using other types of questions where students need to write a paragraph or show working, you yourself may need to do manual scoring. To do this automated marking, we need to set our forms to quiz. Alright, click this tab, enable this, and here you have other options too, which may help you in future assessments. What I do is that I take this when my questions are in the MCQ form or multiple grid or others that have an absolute answer that we can define. The moment they submit, the marked or scored work will be returned through their inboxes. The next option, if you need to do manual marking. Here are other options that you can use. Let's see now what happens to our original file. I'll save now all these changes, and here is our file. We can now see additional icons here. which we didn't have before. Now we can provide the correct answer so that the app will be able to automatically mark students' responses. Also, we can assign the number of marks or points equivalent to this question. We can do it here. Say, for the sake of this tutorial, we assign 4. After clicking done, there you already have the number of points indicated. You can also create automatic feedback. You click this, you can have different feedback like a link where they can read an article somewhere related to question, or maybe a video that can make them realize their mistake. Feedback can also be given when the answer is correct. Let's put something here. Okay. Great. Okay, that's the feedback. They will be seeing this the moment they submit their work. Let's save all these things. If you do not want your student to skip a question or remind students that some questions need to be done before clicking submit, then you can make the questions required. Enable this. Okay, so that's about it about the Google Forms. The rest is on how we construct our own questions. Assuming that our students already did the work and submitted, we can now click the Responses tab to see the summary of results. I'll use some of my forms because this doesn't have any responses yet. Okay, here the questions are like this. Alright, that in the Responses tab, Google provides some graphs like this histogram here showing the frequency of scores in the class. Individual scores are also listed here, and here are summary of responses per questions. In this other example, we have a histogram again. Histogram is always part of the summary, by the way. It shows the overall class performance. The individual scores here and here. The summary of response per question. How many got the question correctly, how many didn't, and who were they? This last form here is the one I showed at the beginning of the video, and this one was not set as a quiz, and therefore having no correct answer to be used by the app to mark. The form can just be a form. No, not setting it as a quiz. They accumulate their own data and then you do the analysis in class. Maybe using discussion through Hangouts Meet or Zoom. If you want to download the responses in a spreadsheet, you can also do it through this icon. You can then copy and paste the records from that spreadsheet to your personal file for records. Alright, you click here, wait for a while, and here you go. The responses in a spreadsheet. Lastly, you can customize your Google form. You can do it here. Alright? Simple modifications like putting a banner or changing the banner or change the color and maybe the background. You want another background and some changes in the font. I will be uploading other videos soon. Those that I think you guys can benefit from. So that you won't miss any of my future videos, I recommend that you click subscribe. By the way, for gadgets like smartphones or tablets, yes, the app works just fine in these gadgets' own browsers. But I would suggest that you install a standalone app of the Google Forms from either Google Play or App Store for a more convenient access. Alright, thank you guys for watching.